Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a Ropz 2.0 on our hands.
This is the guy who might be the next Donk, who might be the next Ropz. Every single person on Twitter was saying, yo, this guy's cheating, this guy's cheating, this guy's cheating.
The #1 ranked player in North America has just been invited to the FaceIt headquarters in New York to prove they aren't cheating. Yes, it is happening again. And for all of you who have no clue what I'm talking about, strap in and let me introduce you to Nocries.
Here's him right here. You saw him. This shot was insane.
Nocries is an 18-year-old CS2 player, Mongolian by background, raised in Russia, currently studying and playing in North America. And recently, he's been popping off in the FaceIt community. Now, why? And why is it newsworthy? Well, because he's either the next Donk or a dirty cheater. I know, those are words that are thrown around way too much these days, but in this case, it's different. Over the last few weeks, Nocries has climbed the FaceIt leaderboards at light speed. And on September 15th, he hit #1 in North America with over 4,300 elo, which is a lot. An unknown kid by way of Russia and Mongolia becoming the #1 ranked player on NA FaceIt, and nobody knew who he was. No pro history, no big tournament appearances, just a kid with stats better than Donk on a fresh-looking account with just over 1,000 matches played. Naturally, people began asking questions. Was he a smurf? A cheater? A cheating smurf? Any of those answers would have been more realistic than him just being goated. Because there was no way a legit player could fly under the radar like that. Especially when he's pulling off shit like this.
In a FaceIt game, not playing against clankers. Okay, hits the first guy, beautiful headshot. Second guy, what? Okay.
That USB clip in particular, along with screenshots of his stats, started going viral on Twitter, with more callouts suggesting this kid was an obvious cheater. And that's where things really start to change. See, this was a juicy story, and big CS creators started to take notice, reviewing VODs and fully investigating Nocries.
Fearless, bro. Whoa! What? He's a phenom!
But no one could really seem to reach a consensus, which is usually the case with these situations. Some swore he was cheating, walling, aim assist, radar, you name it, while others saw nothing suspicious at all. Just another young kid who's very gifted. Even high-level players couldn't seem to nail a position. As creator Ren clarified in the comments of his own investigation, he's not 100% sure of anything. His mechanics are undeniable, but his actions at times didn't make sense for a supposed #1 player. But then Nocries finally broke his silence. I mean, he had been tweeting some random shit amidst all the attention, but he finally jumped onto a call with creator Furious to tell his side of the story. And on the surface, he sounded legit. He says he started playing CS 6 years ago because of his dad, from 1.6 to Go to CS2, a true lifelong grinder like us all. He also addressed one of the biggest red flags in his story, how the hell he was able to nearly double his FaceIt elo in just a few months.
In June, you had 2.5k elo. Now you are almost 2k elo more. How did that happen?
When I was in Europe, I was living in Siberia, close to the Lake Baikal. I had 120 ping on Europe servers.
Okay.
So he had high ping in Siberia. How convenient. Jokes aside, he also tells Furious that the cheating accusations are sad, and that even his own classmates think he's suspicious. But he claims he's willing to prove himself to FaceIt the same way Ropz did so many years ago. You see, this story is eerily similar to what happened with Ropz. Back in 2017, he was also accused of cheating. Dominating FPL, people thought he was too good to be legit. So FaceIt flew him out to London, set him up in a controlled environment, and had him play in front of them. He obviously passed, and now is one of the greatest to ever do it. And just like Ropz, Nocries agreed to do the same. And he did. On Wednesday, September 24th, the official FaceIt Twitter account confirmed that Nocries accepted their invitation to play at FaceIt headquarters in New York in a controlled environment, and as of that post, it was already day 2. Now, what exactly does a controlled environment mean? Well, for starters, supervision. FaceIt community manager Darwin and likely others a part of the anti-cheat team were observing Nocries play. Most importantly, Nocries was playing on a new OS, all on their hardware. Their PC, their keyboard, their mouse, all completely new to Nocries. Theoretically, there would be no way for him to cheat. Virtually impossible in that type of environment. But despite the pressure, the eyes, the uncomfortability of new peripherals, Nocries didn't skip a beat.
He keeps giving away his locale. Playing for location. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. He's too good. Oh my god.
To me, he didn't just prove people wrong. He made a statement here. You see, most players, especially inexperienced ones, would probably fold under that kind of scrutiny. But Nocries, he showed up, held his own, and he did it against solid FaceIt stacks. Players who, by the way, had probably no idea he was at the HQ and were accusing him of cheating mid-match.
It's a little gap he can kind of see. Nice. The other guy thinks, look at this. The other guy's calling him a cheater. He doesn't even know he's at LAN playing.
Now, here's the thing. Yes, he's clearly nasty, but he's also just another random kid grinding FaceIt. The only difference here is that it's North America. Well, in that same interview with Furious, Nocries said that, like anyone, he would love to play for a team professionally, but he was worried about his lack of experience. And then, in a move that basically cleared his name, FaceIt gave him one more gift. For his last day at HQ, they let him queue into FPL. Not quite the big leagues, but a very nice first step. And once again, he played pretty damn well. Not smurfing this time, but more than enough to prove his worth. By the end of his FaceIt trial, he was averaging 23 kills a game, and again with his first 2 FPL matches that he won, 20 and 10 on Dust 2 and 22 and 17 on Mirage. Not bad at all. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's going to be the next Donk, or that he's going to save North American Counter-Strike as much as I hope he does. Truthfully, we have no idea what path Nocries will take. By the sounds of it, he's still a student, and with the current state of NACS, it's more likely he goes back to Russia. Especially considering that he said he wants to play for Team Spirit. So, that sucks. But for now, all we can do is watch, which we should, because if this is another Ropz story in the making, even if it's half as good, he could be something quite special. I don't know. I know that he's based because he got asked why he doesn't have any skins, and he said because it's fucking useless. And I was like, that's a good, use your money wisely. He's also 18 and a student living in New York, I think, so. Yeah. Not sure how much money you have to buy skins.